If you haven't watched the last video, you probably should watch the last video to get caught up on this timeline where I am right now. It got to the point where of changing my pain meds, they just kind of changed the formula, kind of gave me some different pain meds, but yeah, they end up putting me on pills that was for an antidepressant. So I feel it's because I was complaining about the pain meds and I wanted to be off of the medication so badly, and I felt like I wasn't getting better. At one point, one doctor was saying that, you know, I'm probably feeling more pain than I really am. Basically, it's in my head. Every time I feel something, I'm up at the doctor's office. When they said that they understood that I was in extreme pain, but as long as I was taking my pain meds and my muscle relaxers, and I would be okay. But it got to the point where they felt like they needed to put me on an antidepressant so that I can basically not be so upset about the fact that I'm on these pain meds and I want to get off so bad. In the last video, I told you that it got to the point where it was just 4 years on pain meds. I started exercising, and the exercising was supposed to help me with my anxiety and my paranoia about these pain meds. I was thinking to myself, like, I'm starting to lose my memory, so I was really freaking out about that. The doctor mentioned that I can do some activities that will help me, so I started exercising. I started walking, and it would hurt every day. It was extremely terrible, like terrible to walk. I took little steps every single day, and then my little steps got to bigger steps, and then it got to the point where I was really, you know, walking, even though it was a walk, like it was a weird walk, like I walked like a wooden doll. And then at night, once I kind of relaxed, I was in excruciating pain, like terrible pain. So I would take all my pain meds, and taking all the meds, I got sleepy, I would sleep, and I woke up in the morning, I was numb, and I would start my day all over again. So I can say learning how to walk on the pain meds was helpful for me, because without the pain meds, I don't think I would have been able to do it. So I did walk with crutches every single day, and then I started walking with the cane, and then sometimes I would just walk with my daughter, holding on to her, or holding on to my daughter and son on each side until I got strong enough and brave enough to take, you know, steps on my own. So it was really, really weird learning how to walk all over again. One doctor was really surprised of the fact that I was getting stronger and I was learning how to walk all over again. My only issue that I had was that even though I was on the pain meds and I would get numb, if I forgot to take the pain meds for any reason, or if I waited too long to take the pain meds, I went through worse pain than I was in the night before. I was in pain to the point where it hurt to cry. All I could do is just hold on, like hold on to myself, to the sheets, to like this. I was just holding on because I was in so much pain. The doctor told me, said, well, I'm happy that you're walking again, but don't wear yourself out. Don't wear your bones out. You know that your bones are rapidly disappearing. So we want to preserve you as much as we possibly can. So I kind of slowed down on the walking. So I would go walking. Instead of every day trying, I would try maybe every 2 to 3 days, but I continued to try. What the pain meds were doing, in my opinion, was tricking my brain. They would numb me, and I would be able to get through my day. Now, when I was on these pain meds, man, I can cook, I can clean. Whenever my kids needed me for something, I was at my son's school all the time, running around with my daughter, helping her out, started her business. So, you know, whatever she needed me to do to help her, I was there for her. I started taking care of my grandchild. Actually, my grandchild actually came to live with me, and I spent a lot of time with her. So I was doing really well, you know, as far as like being on the pain. I was a functional drug addict. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna admit that, because a lot of people don't want to own up to the truth. And the truth is, I was a functional drug addict. I couldn't do anything without these pain meds. When I was on these pain meds, I felt like I was on top of the world. I felt like I could do anything, I could accomplish anything. But you know, and so sorry y'all, I'm in traffic and people just blowing their horns. It's Saturday morning, y'all, and it looked like it's a Monday morning out here, and people trying to get to work. These people tripping. Oh, it's a car. No, the car not broke down. I wonder what the issue is. I see a garbage truck. Oh, accident. That's the issue. So these people are just gonna have to be patient. Hopefully everybody's in that accident is okay. I got tired of fighting with the doctors. I just got tired of fighting with them. So I just continue on my prescriptions. And I started taking these antidepressant pills. I got this desire, this strong desire that I wanted to date. I created myself an online dating profile. I did. I created an online dating profile. I know I said that like twice. I got a lot of hits off this profile, a lot of potential dates that, you know, men asked me out on dates. I was really excited about it, and it did take me, I will admit, it took me about 3 months before I actually made a decision to go out with someone. Now, the person that I made a decision to go out with, I just felt like the more we chatted, the more we related to each other, we had so much in common, the more attractive I found him. So I decided to go out with him. I was still taking prescription drugs every single day. Like, this person did not know that, you know, I was basically taking 6 to 8 pills a day to stay functional. I did tell the person that I was going through physically changes because I had to learn how to walk again. So I was not a fast-paced type person. I may have to stand up for about 10 minutes before I even can start moving. For some reason, when I stand up at that time, it took my brain a minute to say, okay, we're going to start moving, for my body to actually start trying to make the move. And then when I made the move, I was in pain, I was stiff, and I was a little scared that I was going to fall. Just going through those things alone is embarrassing. You don't want someone to feel sorry for you. You don't want someone to reject you. You don't want to be like, you just don't feel like an idiot. So it was just hard for me to try to date. But I did finally find someone that I felt like I could be comfortable with my progress and what I was going through, and still be able to enjoy another person's conversation and getting to know someone a little bit more on a deeper level. And in the meantime, my daughter was still trying to get me to go natural with conditioner, our shampoo, our facial creams, food, anything that she could think of that could change the quality of my life. That's what she wanted to do. Start working towards changing in what I do. So you ever heard that saying that, you know, some people have spots, you just can't change spots, you know? Well, I done grown older and I have spots, and I like my spots, and I'm just not wanting to change anymore. I'm good where I am. That's the way I wanted my life to stay, you know, at that point. Trying to find a way to transition from being addicted to the pain meds. Like, there were so many pros and cons. The cons were, yeah, I still was in pain, but even though I was in pain, I wasn't in the type of pain where it shot through my body and I couldn't touch the floor. It numbed me, but I could still feel some of the pain. was able to help me get up in the morning. I was able to do a lot of things for my family. I was able to still enjoy social media. So yeah, it had good and bad to it. Bad part was that the immune system was getting weaker. I was losing my memory, couldn't keep a thought. It seemed to get angry faster than usual, which is unlike me. I lost my patience really, really quick. I was annoyed and irritated really quick. The doctor started becoming concerned with my liver, you know, so that was another thing. I had to take a blood test one day, and my liver seemed to not be as well as it should be. Another disappointing factor. One of the things that was making it terrible and worse was the prescription meds. One day I was in bed. I went through a shutdown where I could not walk, I could not move, I was in so much pain, but then I couldn't breathe. So the prescription meds, I don't know if it affected my breathing, but it got to the point where my lungs would close up on me and I couldn't grasp for air. I couldn't even swallow spit to even try to breathe. I mean, I couldn't even swallow my saliva to even try to breathe. I just felt my lungs inside just contracting even tighter, and I just could not breathe. And I felt like I wasn't getting any oxygen. So it was like, well, oh my God, this is what they talking about? This is what's happening? Am I like starting to die? That's what I started thinking to myself. And also, you know, just wanting to tell my daughter, like, okay, maybe I'm starting to really go through the dying stage at this point. But anyway, we got to the hospital. My daughter took me to the emergency room. We made it to the emergency room. We found out that I was suffering from low blood pressure.